Hey everybody, Dr. Snellgrove here, and just recording a quick video to go over our PowerPoint presentation assignment. So hopefully you've had a chance to review the syllabus and review the overview video, which is really just me reading the syllabus. And you know that we're going to have 4 major assignments. So it shakes out to about 1 major assignment per month. The first one is a PowerPoint presentation assignment. And so I've got the raw description up on Canvas, but I wanted to post this just to maybe offer a little more clarity. And of course, always open the door if you have any questions or concerns about it. All right. So first off, the good news, maybe some of the good news at least, is you get to pick a topic. And then there's a little asterisk there, as long as the topic has to do with writing, business, or education. And I didn't, I don't like to limit you too much, but as I jokingly put it here, it's like, I didn't want people just doing like, here's a report on my cat, here's a report on my favorite recipe. It's like, okay, we want something substantial enough that one, you can get enough material to come up with a decent PowerPoint. We'll talk about the minimum requirements in a minute. But two, no offense, something that's maybe a little more worth hearing. I've got a elderly dog who means the world to me, but I don't talk people's ear off about her. All right. So what are you doing after you pick a topic? Well, first off, by the time this video is live, there should also be a little outline assignment. So when you're pretty settled on the topic, I want you to complete the outline assignment. That's your way of, well, 2 things happen. Basically, that's your way of letting me know, of course, what you're going to be writing about and other things, so you can get feedback on it. And also, since we are a wholly online course, this serves as an attendance verification, lets me know you're really here. Look, there really are people that are watching these videos and completing these assignments. All right. So regarding it needing to be a PowerPoint presentation, I did want to mention, I guess this is as good an opportunity as any to just show you what I am talking about. All right. I don't do the share screen too often, so let's hope I don't mess it up. And please don't laugh too much at my 8 million unopened messages. I open the important ones, I promise. Anyways, everyone, once you go into your email, they've got a thing up here. It's right to the left of Outlook. It's in the leftmost corner. It says App Launcher. So when you click on this, you have access to online versions of Word, PowerPoint, Excel, other things that may or may not be that handy to you. But in this case, for a PowerPoint presentation, I just wanted to mention that, because if someone's like, hey, I don't have PowerPoint, it's like, technically we all have PowerPoint. Now, I don't know a lot about these. If you have some sort of PowerPoint compatible program you want to use, aka you put the presentations together and I can still watch it in PowerPoint, I'm fine with that. There's a program available through like Libre Open Office. Google Slides might be PowerPoint compatible. I'd have to look into that. So anyways, you do have some options there, but I just want to mention primarily it's like, hey, you got a free copy of PowerPoint, whether you know it or not. All right. And the other thing, I have this kind of buried in the second paragraph, so I wanted to draw your attention to it. I'm sure you would take this assignment seriously no matter what, but I did want to emphasize that our third major assignment, not our second, but our third major assignment is actually an oral report. So I'm still working out exactly the best way to do it. I'm going to be bending the ear of Professor Ronnie Stanley, our speech guru, but I'm going to have you actually recording yourself giving an oral presentation on this topic. And basically, using the PowerPoint. So it's kind of like practice of an actual presentation where you've, made the PowerPoint. Now you've got to present on it. So I just wanted to mention that because I have a line in here I think about this should be created to enhance a later oral report. And I like I said, I muttered about this in the opening video. I want this to be a very practical class. So it's like the idea that you're not just writing a PowerPoint out, like just throw some crap in there. But the idea is like later, you are going to have to give a little speech on this. You yourself are going to be using this PowerPoint to help you with the speech. So you want to make sure it's a good one. All right. And beyond that, I have a thing here in the third paragraph. The only real goal of this is to inform your audience. That's one of the reasons that I have left this so broad. I hope it's not too broad. This is just my style. I do like people to be able to pick their own, topics within reason. So if you pick something with education, it might be you're informing us just about some sort of educational concept. Maybe you're a future teacher or aspiring teacher. It's like, hey, I'm going to explain what Paulo Freire's constructivist, pedagogy is all about. That's cool, pure information. But it could also be something a little deeper. Maybe there's a thing you want to, an issue, in the educational community, and you want to inform us about it, people that might or might not be aware of it. So you got a lot of topics you can pick, a lot of angles you can take, but mostly I just want to emphasize that you are informing. You're not arguing. This is not like, we need to reform the educational system. I mean, we probably do, but for the purpose of this paper, we need to pick something that you are informing us about. Now, those of you that have done a lot of PowerPoint before are probably going to roll your eyes at this next bit because it sounds so obvious, but I got to say it anyway. You need to strike a balance between providing valuable info and overwhelming people. So I didn't put it in the actual assignment, but I wanted to, look you in the digital eyes. And a PowerPoint page is not an essay page. You don't need to put nearly as much content on there. And I'm also emphasizing that so you don't have a heart attack, because if you look at the assignment, it says minimum of 25 slides. And I've had students look at that kind of thing before, like, he expects me to write a 25-page paper. I do not. That would be insane. A slide might have just, a few bullet points and some imagery on it. A slide might be mostly comprised of a large infographic that you find or create, something like that. So a lot of this is about balancing, as I said, we need to give the valuable info across all these slides, but we also need to make sure we're not doing info overload. Like, I think everyone that is hearing this has been in at least one presentation or classroom or something where they go to the next slide and it's like all this information's on there. So, I always think about that wonderful joke tweet response, like, I ain't reading all that, how do they put it? It's like, I'm not reading all that, but congratulations, or I'm sorry. So it's that kind of thing. That's why PowerPoints have bullet points, infographics, lots of imagery. It's made to be easily digestible info, at least it's supposed to be. And speaking of images, that is part of it. I already mentioned minimum 25 slides, minimum 15 images. It's a little arbitrary. Honestly, the handful of PowerPoint assignments I've done in the past, usually you don't exactly have to twist students, arms to get them to do a lot of images, because the more images that are in there, the less they have to fill with text or anything. But the big thing kind of hovering over us, sort of Damocles style the whole time you are writing this is, hey, I do need to find that balance between imagery and text. Because if you have a page that's almost nothing but text, like we said, that's information overload. But if you have a page that's like nothing but weird images you just threw on there, that looks like a GeoCities page from the late 90s. So we want to avoid both of those extremes and find a balance. And this may be obvious, but I put on the assignment, you need to access your inner editor, because I do, my inner speech coach, your inner editor, as you determine what is and is not worth sharing to a general audience about this topic. Because I'm going to tell you something, you may think I'm crazy. I'm going to be your ghost of Christmas yet to come, your ghost of March yet to come. Oh, February. I think my brain's already on spring break mode. Your ghost of February yet to come. Right now, looking at the assignment, like, he wants 25 slides, that bastard. It seems like a lot. But if you pick a really juicy topic, you pick something where there is a lot to discuss, there's a lot to share, basically, there's a lot to it. You might find that you have the opposite problem. It's like, oh man, there's so much. I've only got 25 slides. At that point, that inner editor kicks in. It's like, all right, what is the most important stuff? And then anything beyond that, it's like, well, if you want to do more than 25 slides, you're welcome to. But if you're sticking to 25, we want to stay on focus, stay on task as much as possible. All right. Also, as I have it in the assignment, well, in the description of the assignment, We've got a little outline assignment that is part of this now. So please make sure you get that done this week. And if you have any questions, I'm going to end every video like this. You're going to get so sick of hearing it. But if you have any questions about this or anything else, please feel free to text me. Feel free to email me. Wait, I did that in reverse. Wow, I'm still waking up. Feel free to email me, thesnellgarcia@nwfsc.edu. Feel free to text me at 863-835-2399. We got it right the second time around. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be writing about.